You are mine.
Hey out there, this is Buzz with TheSurvivalBuzz. So I'm starting to hear a lot of murmuring about, lockdowns going on, are going to happen. And it does make a lot of sense. I mean, I always assumed that we're going to have another lockdown eventually for this whole pandemic thing. But now that we're going into winter, the new jabs coming out in September. And then you have the wildfires and things going on in Hawaii. So it seems like every day they're just cramming this climate initiative down our throat, it seems like. So they could pretty much kill two birds with one stone on this, I feel like. I mean, it makes sense. They can lock us up so we don't get each other sick. And honestly, I feel like with the jab, there could be a new jab they're giving out to make people sick. More of an excuse to be locked up. But you could stay home so you don't get people sick, and at the same time, staying home, you're going to save the planet, right? I was actually curious about that, and I Googled it and found out that there actually is some connection with climate change and the good old pandemic. They did studies, and I guess found out that over the course of time that everybody stayed home more, that there was actually less pollution. And then, on top of that, they're saying, the more pollution there is in the air, the easier people can get sick. So they kind of go hand in hand, really. But I also had another thought on it is, and I've talked about this in other videos, but with the whole digital currency thing coming about, there's really a push for this now. They could throw that right in there as well. Money makes you sick, it's dirty, we should get rid of it. And on top of that, if we just crash the economy from staying home like we did before, then we can just issue everybody UBI, right? Universal Basic Income. It just seems like everything's coming together at once, and it really does make me wonder. And then now with the AI thing, all this technology coming out, and now we're having all these safeguards coming out to save us against the evil AI. It kind of makes you wonder how far along they are with this stuff, because I could honestly see us being locked up because of the climate, because of the sickness, and then all of a sudden we have all this AI technology that can just run everything and give everybody a salary just to sit at home and do nothing. I could totally see that happening. But at the same time, you guys need to prepare the best you can, because along with all of this, if there's another lockdown, there's a different vibe in the air, and I honestly don't think people are going to go for it this time. Even when they had it here before in the big city of Tulsa here in Oklahoma, they had the mask mandates and stuff, and people weren't complying, and basically the authorities said, we're not going to enforce this. We're not going to do anything about it. So it makes me wonder, because now even more people are awake. People are tired of that. People were locked up for so long. Now they got a taste of freedom. I don't think they can go back. Honestly don't. So it makes you wonder, if there's all this pushback from everybody, what are they going to do, Even if at the state level, depending on which state you live in, there's a lot of states, I would assume here, aren't going to put up with that crap. And we can't honestly afford another lockdown because of the supply chain. You've seen what happened before. I worked in a grocery store during it, and it was a nightmare. It was literally hell on earth. So I don't think we could bounce back. Not that we ever completely did anyways, but if the supply chain breaks down again, it's going to be Mad Max out there. It's going to be really rough and rowdy out in the streets, people trying to feed themselves and fighting over toilet paper. So if you guys aren't preparing, now's the time to prepare. Just keep putting stuff back. It will come in use, I promise you. If anything, you're going to save yourself a little bit of money, even if nothing comes about. But It just seems like there's a lot of chatter and talk going on right now about lockups and the new variant and, like I said, the climate issue. So there's definitely something on the horizon. There's definitely something being cooked up here. You don't really hear all this hype unless they're working on something. So just stay vigilant, keep prepping back, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.